All right. Hello, everybody. KV Chief Meteorologist Hunter Williams here with you on this Wednesday evening. And our well-advertised cold front moved through today. Now, we knew going into this wasn't going to be a super strong one. We also didn't think it would bring a ton of rain. It brought some, and actually over parts of the hill country, some locally heavy rain. But behind this, our afternoons get modestly cooler, like upper 80s, low 90s cooler. It's the mornings that I think are going to be the big headline here. Not yet tomorrow morning, but starting the following morning, starting Friday, morning's going to be in the 50s and 60s, and this actually has some decent staying power. So we're going to be nice and comfortable, at least for the morning hours, for the really next week or so. All right, live view outside. So this is really kind of a pretty view. We went back and forth. We had periods that we had low clouds this morning, then the front came through, that was cloudy, then some breaks, and now it's a mainly clear sky as you look live from our tower cam. So officially today, 91 will be the afternoon high for Camp Mabry. It's actually exactly what we had in the forecast yesterday. Love when that works out, but that doesn't really tell the whole story of what the temperature was through the day today. You can see it was kind of a rocky road with some ups and downs. This morning was more muggy, upper 70s, then we boosted into the mid 80s, then the front came through. Actually, a little earlier, I guess at the very early edge of the range that we were thinking. So that dropped us into the 70s, 80s around lunchtime. Then temperatures warmed up again, had some more clouds. So it was a little bit of an up and down, but it looks like right around 2:30, that's probably when our temperatures boosted up and hit that high of 91. Okay, so rain-wise today, just depends where you are. If you live in the metro, as most of the folks do here in our KView area, not a lot of rain around today until you get to the North Metro. So Round Rock into Williamson County, decent bit of rain. Across the northern hill country, this is where the vast majority of the heavier stuff was. Let me see if this will let me zoom in here. I don't think it's going to let me, but you see right here, this is where radar estimates are showing like 4 inches of rain. So there was some over Llano County that actually got quite a bit of rain, and we need it given the drought conditions. But officially the goose egg for most of our sensors in town. It wasn't even a trace of rain. So some of those sprinkles, I guess, kind of dipped and dodged around our official sensors. Austin Camp Mabry, 0. Austin Airport, 0. It has now been 18 days since the last measurable rain in Austin. I believe we've now only had 0.08 inches of rain for this entire month of September. And really, I think we'll probably close out the month of September without seeing any measurable rain based on the current forecast. So that 18-day streak is, I think, easily going to get into the 20s unless we pick up a quick, nuisance shower tomorrow morning, but it won't be much. All right, current numbers outside feels really good. 84 in Austin. Warmer as you go down to the I-10 corridor, but across the hill country today, it's been cloudy, it's been damp a lot of the day, just kind of hanging out in the 70s. 24-hour temperature changed 13 degrees cooler than this time yesterday in Austin. It's been about 20 degrees cooler, though, across the hill country, of course, yesterday. Austin hit 101. That was a record-tying number. So here's our cold front. This is pushing the main rain chance down to our south, but not all of it. In fact, you can actually see a few little new downpours trying to develop here. It looks like over the hill country. Let me animate this real quick, and we'll take a look at it. Yeah, that's just, I guess, the sprinkles that are left for some of that stuff earlier. We'll look at the near radar. Yeah, it's not much, but anyways, we'll keep like a 10. I was going to round up to 20. I think it's about a 10% chance for rain this evening and tonight. And then tomorrow morning, also a low chance for a few passing sprinkles. So the front is through. The really dry air behind it, though, is not here yet. So we're looking at the dew point map. The lower this number is, the drier the air is. So anything over 60 is sticky. Anything under that starts to be comfortable to dry. So we're going to be watching out in this region where the dry air is now, and it heads down our way. Not here yet by tomorrow morning, so that's why we're still kind of sticky tomorrow morning. But then by the afternoon tomorrow, I think you'll already feel the difference, and then the really comfortable dry air is in place by Friday morning. So Friday morning is going to kick off that stretch of really nice weather. You can see it just kind of continues. I was putting together the 7-day. We stick with the northeast wind for like 7 straight days. So just over time, we're going to be bringing in drier continental air. So, we'll stay in the comfortable category. That's the type of air that this time of the year gives us those big diurnal swings where the mornings are nice, then the afternoons heat up. But, even the afternoons, we'll be in the low 90s, and, it's like a little warmer than average for this time of the year, but, it sure beats where we've been the past week or so. Here's the forecast model as we go into 9 or 10 o'clock, and Again, there could be a passing sprinkle, but I'm not expecting much. And then this is what I mentioned for tomorrow morning. This HRRR model, the HRRR, has been kind of consistent with this, trying to show a few of these little sprinkles developing tomorrow morning. We'll see. I think this is overdone, but just a heads up, there could be a tiny bit of damp weather in the morning. Then that'll peel away and it will be mostly sunny. Really nice for the afternoon on your Thursday, upper 80s, low 90s, but with low humidity, that's going to feel pretty good. It's going to feel even better than what we had this afternoon in Austin. And then Thursday night into Friday. All right, here's the good stuff. If you're like me, this is the part that you've been waiting for. Austin, Friday morning goes down to 63. It will be a lot of low to mid 60s along the east of I-35, but some 50s across the hill country. And I find that these maps, the data that we pull for these maps, especially for some of the rural spots outside of the metro and across the hill country, runs a little warm. So we could have some areas maybe like mid 50s. And again, this isn't like, hey, 1 or 2 mornings get nice. This is going to stay for a while. So look at this, normal low 68. So we're not like 20 degrees cooler than average or anything, but we're like 5 to 10 degrees cooler than average for a nice stretch here that's going to continue into early next week. Okay, quick update on the tropics. This does not have any impact on us, but see this, that's what's left of Gabrielle, which was a major hurricane. Earlier today, tropical storm Humberto developed over the Atlantic, and then this one, well, this is kind of interesting. All the convection is down south in the Caribbean. This one also has a high chance of development. Models all over the place with what's going to happen here. So if I was a meteorologist in the Carolinas or somewhere along the East Coast, I'd be sweating a little bit today. This isn't going to be a factor for Texas, but they will need to watch this for the East Coast. This is going to be really fascinating to see the interplay between these two systems. Some of the models have shown what we call the Fujiwara effect, where basically they rotate around each other. So we'll watch that. But given we're talking so much about the cold front today, won't spend a ton of time on that. 7-day forecast, so 10% rain chance for your Thursday, and then that's going to be it. So as I mentioned, unless the stars align and we manage to get a little sprinkle over the Camp Mabry sensor tomorrow, I see our 18-day stretch of dry weather easily stretching out to 25 plus over the next 7 days. So mornings, they're going to drop down to the 60s starting Friday, and they will stay there. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little warmer by the first half of next week, but not by much. And afternoon highs across the board are going to be just a few degrees warmer than average for this time of the year, mainly in the low 90s. All right, that's all I got for you. Happy to report, cold front made it through. So tonight, still not great, but then tomorrow night's going to start some really nice kind of early season cool mornings, which we love to talk about. All right, y'all have a good night. We'll take a 3-hour break, and the next update from me will be KVU News at 10 o'clock. We'll see you then.